Welcome to a reflection for the fifth Sunday of Easter, brought to you by the Ilizwi Biblical Center and the Divine Word Missionaries. Halfway through the Easter season, the narrative usually shifts toward pure celebration. Christ is risen, death is conquered, and sin has been defeated. We expect a world that is finally perfectly healed. But the early church in Acts chapter 6 reveals a different reality. Even after the resurrection, the community is marked by division. Greek-speaking widows are being neglected in the distribution of food, not because of bad organization, but because of their language and identity. Discrimination is happening at the very heart of the mission. The Gospel of John shows a similar fracture, but this one is internal. In the upper room, the atmosphere is heavy with disorientation. Jesus has predicted his betrayal and Peter's denial, leaving the disciples struggling with the imminent loss of their teacher. Jesus tells them, "Do not let your hearts be troubled." In the Bible, the heart is the integrated center of the person: intellect, will, memory, and affection. A troubled heart means your capacity to think, decide, and remain faithful is shattered by turmoil. This tension between the victory of Easter and the chaos of the world forces a difficult question. How do we find stability when both our communities and our minds feel like they are falling apart? Peter points to a structural solution by describing Jesus as a living stone. This isn't just a metaphor, it's an appeal to the image of God as the rock, the one reliable foundation that does not move. This concept is built into the Hebrew root word aman. It translates to firmness, reliability, and trustworthiness. This is the linguistic home of amen. Every time we say it, we invoke the ancient Hebrew understanding of a rock foundation. To say amen is to bet your life on a solid reality. It is a declaration that this specific truth is reliable enough to hold the weight of your existence without yielding. Faith is the deliberate, structural act of anchoring a fragile life to a foundation that remains steadfast. The apostles put this into practice during the crisis in Acts chapter 6. Rather than ignoring the conflict or hoping it would resolve itself through prayer alone, they addressed the organizational failure with clarity. They created a new leadership structure, delegating responsibility to deacons with Greek names. By empowering the very people who were being marginalized, they turned a setback into a setup for the church's growth. We see the same pattern in the upper room. Thomas and Philip are desperate for information, demanding a literal roadmap or a dramatic sign to settle their anxiety. Jesus responds by offering them himself. He is the way, the truth, and the life. He replaces their need for abstract instructions with the reality of a relationship. He makes the mystery of God accessible by revealing that whoever has seen him has seen the Father. In Jesus, the Father is present, visible, and near. Whether confronting systemic community fractures or paralyzing personal anxiety, the solution remains the same: aligning the center of the crisis with the person of Christ. There is a story about a father who needed an hour of peace to finish his work. He took a map of the world, tore it into dozens of tiny pieces, and told his young son to put the world back together. He expected the task to take the rest of the afternoon, but the boy returned in minutes with the map perfectly reassembled. When the father asked how he did it so quickly, the boy explained that there was a picture of Jesus on the back of the map. The boy told him, "I didn't put the world together, I put Jesus together. When Jesus was right, the world was right." Tensions will continue to emerge in our families, our local churches in Africa, and our personal lives. We will often feel overlooked or overwhelmed. The path to peace is found in making the risen Jesus our ultimate amen. When he is at the center of our decisions, our scattered world finds its proper order. May the Spirit that raised Jesus from the dead be at work in your life today. Have a blessed Sunday from the Ilizwi Biblical Center and the Divine Word Missionaries.